Yeah, this tweet is from Jeremy Kaufman. He says, a fact that changed my perspective on multiculturalism. At all income levels, blacks are 5 to 10 times more violent and criminal than whites. Crime rates will vary by region or income, but inside of any subgroup, the ethnical ratio seems to hold. If you know contradictions, please share. This fact hasn't changed how I interact with any black individual. The majority of blacks are non-criminal, and facts about groups are never conclusions about individuals, which is so true. But facts about groups are still facts. If the proposal is to change the demographic makeup of America, it is not woke to notice that this is likely to change America.
So now, why wouldn't gang members, criminals, mafia, why wouldn't they put masks on, drive up in an unmarked car, no badges, no nothing, and just start throwing people in vans and kidnapping them? Why wouldn't they do that? It's mental. I want to show you this before we end the show today. So we've told you about the COVID-19 vaccine and all the problems with it, and that it has negative efficacy according to the Cleveland Clinic, meaning that if you're more likely to get sick, more likely to get COVID, the more COVID shots you take. This is a crime committed against people, and now we have two major studies connecting the COVID-19 vaccine with skyrocketing cancer. So this is let me try to make this a little bigger. So COVID vaccines are linked to a 27% increase in overall cancer risk, a South Korean study finds. There's a 1 in 1,000 chance that this result arose by chance, says Dr. John Campbell, who we just had on the show. Go watch that amazing interview we did with him. The study used data from 2021 to 2023 for over 8.4 million people in South Korea's National Health Insurance Service database. The sample was split into two groups based on vaccination status. The vaccinated sample was further split into booster and non-booster groups. So we had two groups, unvaccinated and vaccinated. And then in the vaccinated group, they split it into vaccinated people who got boosted and vaccinated people who didn't. Okay. Researchers tracked the patients for a year. The vaccinated group was tracked following vaccination. The results showed a statistically significant higher risk of cancer in the vaccinated group, including what? Including overall cancer. They had a 27% higher risk of cancer, 20% higher risk for breast cancer, 28% for colorectal cancer, 34% higher risk for gastric cancer, 53% higher risk than from lung cancer, which is what the old head of YouTube died from. And she wasn't a smoker. After she censored everybody for telling the truth about COVID and the COVID vaccine.
She took the real vaccine.
Prostate cancer, 69% higher risk in the vaccinated group. Thyroid cancer, 35% higher risk. Now let's watch our friend, Dr. John Campbell, tell you about this.
Large-scale population study. So looking back, retrospective, South Korea, to estimate the cumulative incidence and subsequent risks of overall cancers 1 year after the COVID vaccines. Now, here's a graphic that sort of summarizes their findings, and a very unpleasant view it is. So what we have here is this is the vaccinated line here. So people that are vaccinated, that line there, they get more cancers. This is incidence per 10,000 of the population up here. People that didn't get the vaccines, after a follow-up of 360 days, so that's 360 days. Well, theirs is much lower, isn't it? And the difference is about 27% between the two overall. So clear increase in cancers. This is overall cancers. And the results of this is a P equals 0.001. In other words, there's a 1 in 1,000 chance that this result arose by chance.
So it looks like that arose from the vaccine, not by chance. That's what he's saying. So 1 in 1,000 chance that was happening by chance instead of happening directly associated with the vaccine. That's what he's saying. That's what that study says. And here's
there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. So the group that did this study was from South Korea, and they used the National Insurance Database and got half the population in Seoul. The key thing is that they've published other studies too, which also showed large issues with the vaccines, and no one else ever did this. The only people who did this study was the people in South Korea. Anybody else could have done this study in any other country, but they didn't, even though everyone in every other country had access to similar large databases. One study they did showed a 68% increase in depression for vaccinated people, a 44% increase in anxiety and dissociative stress-related and somatoform disorders, and a 93.4% increase in sleep disorders. So that's the kind of stuff you're not going to see in the New York Times or the Washington Post or on CNN or Fox or MSNBC, because they're all corrupt. And I don't even know what's going to happen to this video, because on YouTube, they're also corrupt. And they wouldn't let people tell the truth about the COVID vaccine or the lockdowns or masks or even where the virus came from. They wouldn't let people tell the truth about ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine. They wouldn't let people tell the truth about anything. And then the head of YouTube died of lung cancer after she got the vaccine, and she wasn't a smoker. So they're all corrupt. You think you live in a democracy with free speech? You do not. They're all corrupt. And you got to come to places like this, or Dr. John Campbell, or Midwestern Doctor's Substack, because he's written about this, or her, whoever the Midwestern doctor is. So there you go. In fact, here, Vigilant Fox posts it. All COVID vaccines increase cancer risks, a new study shows. And this is from the Children's Health Defense Org. Okay. Look at this. 60 Minutes reported last night on Americans who have suffered vaccine injuries. Robert Kennedy Jr. would like to expand the vaccine injury table, which would create an easier path to compensation for those harmed. Oh, wow. I didn't see this 60 Minutes cover this. So we'll cover this on Wednesday. And believe me, nobody else besides John Campbell and me are going to cover this on YouTube. So I don't worry about someone else scooping me, because nobody else covers this. The Young Turks with their corrupt corporate money aren't covering it. People with MSNBC contracts are still lying to you about COVID. People like David Pakman are lying to you. They'll never tell you the truth about COVID. Nobody else anywhere will tell you the truth about COVID or the vaccines. People who call themselves people who say that they're debunking government conspiracies also won't tell you about this. They won't. The biggest conspiracy ever in the history of the world, possibly. They will not tell you about this.
Hey, Jimmy, I just found this. I'll text you the article. But this is from Politico. ICE is okay, here's the part that should alarm everyone. ICE is openly hiring people with no prior law enforcement experience whatsoever. So you know how that should be your first job in law enforcement is ICE? They're putting armed officers on the streets who weeks earlier were working in retail, fresh out of college, or switching careers from office jobs. So it's roughly like Police Academy 2 is what's happening.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's unprecedented. Here, I'll send you the article.
Okay, cut that part out and put it in the other segment.
That's amazing, because it looked like you could see it.
You could see it. They looked like they had been working at TGI Fridays just yesterday.
Because when they defunded the police, they fired all the real cops, and they're not going to hire them back at the old wages. They can't bring qualified people anymore. That's why it's like this in Austin. So it's all new chumps cutting their teeth on this, who probably didn't take the job. And I'll bet you a few of them are illegal. I'll bet you.
Okay, so
large-scale population study.
So if you want to hear my jokes about COVID, come see me in Irvine, California, October 19th. I'll be in Australia, then Burbank, California, the day after Thanksgiving, then Pottstown, Pennsylvania, December 6th. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. That's our show for today, Kurt. Thank you for joining us. Great to see you as always. Have fun in Austin.
I'm going to be doing Julian Dore. I'm going out to New York to do it.
What is that?
You know that dude, Julian Dore? It's like, I don't know, he's like the other Danny Jones.
It's like the what?
I think it's the podcast, Julian Dore.
Never heard of it. I don't know much. I don't know much about other things. All right, that's it. Have fun on that show.
And I'm starting my new job at ICE. I can get my election money, get my school loan forgiveness, work out my frustrations.
How's the derp
by
with
riding
Kerp?
a fat man in the streets?
How's the derp with Kerp going?
Oh, pretty good.
Everybody check out the
last
derp
one was
with
really
Kerp.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, the last guest was great. But yeah, check out Derp with Kerp. DERP. All right, later,
Okay.
guys.
All right, brother. All right. Thanks for watching. Over to Steph. She's going to finish up with your Rumble rant.
I need you to do a read, I think, right?
Yes. No, I want to wait. I want to do it off.
Okay, you
air.
got it. You got it. All right,
Okay.
here we go.
Yes.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Vienticus Prime. For all these years that Israel has openly funded Hamas, I'm not sure why we don't refer to Hamas Israeli regime. Vienticus. Camera 4 beside me, pretty please. You can go big screen while they make their way out of the room. Thank you. Instead of saying no matter who you vote for, you get John McCain, perhaps it'd be better to say no matter who you vote for, you get Israel. Ooh, you can come back to me. Wow, Vienticus, that's a good one. All right. Vote Dem for labor and healthcare, you get Marxism, open borders, and techno-dystopia. Vote for the GOP for lower taxes and economy, you get Israel first and techno-dystopia. Jack. Boycott self-checkout, I'm doing it. Wait a bit, but force them to hire more people. Louise, I'm in it. I'll do it. Please host Chicago reporter William J. Kelly. Governor Pritzker blocked him from a press conference. Okay, just want peace. I'll recommend him to that journalist to the team tomorrow. Israel controls America, reeks of cope. Delusional to think that we aren't plenty of sickos who would be happy to see the region in this condition. No shekels or blackmail needed. Fix America first. Burby. Jimmy, stem cells are amazing. Unfortunately, I can't afford them, and my doctor don't know how to send the correct information to the insurance company to be reimbursed. Karen Burns, that is shit. Beelzebub at Beelzebub. Going nuclear. Hold on. Loving the show. Well, thank you so much. It's not stealing, Jimmy. It's your fee for working checkout. Wink, wink. Thank you, Luna Legger. Mario works to eventually get Netflix, no work, no job, like Obama, by being useful to oligarchs while in government. That's how Condi Rice ended up with Dropbox. P.W. Walker. It's a big club and you ain't in it. It's more like Soviet Russia where big club is in you, right where the sun don't shine. Vienticus. Didn't Candace see the footage from the camera behind Charlie, but didn't think to record the call so she could show her followers? Finbar, I didn't see that. The last Ben Shapiro interview was Israel giving Charlie one last chance before making their decision. Kavasilas. Supposedly, the .30-06 bullet that killed MLK Jr. at a closer range than the one which killed Kirk stayed in him, but it hit his jaw, then his collarbone, then his shoulder blade in order to stop. Sparky. The rate at which my hair turned gray slowed when I stopped teaching, too. Vienticus. Steph, they're just not getting paid. They're also getting blackmailed. It's the carrot and the stick. Lou. Remember what Reagan said? ICE is here from the government, and they're here to help. Vienticus. The USA is slowly becoming a farcical state, just like Gilliam's movie, Brazil. P.W. Walker. The so-called protesters are rioters and are being antagonistic. Actually, the people want the National Guard there because they are tired of the rioters and lawlessness. Zoe Joey. Seems like ICE is being trained by the IDF. You think so? Douglas comments. Roger, next time, the right here for the government shutdown would actually be most opportune time for Bernie to put Medicare for all in his ACA. So he ended up going backwards. Roger, you're back. People say force the vote to get the House to vote on Medicare for all was a missed opportunity. However, I think what's happening right now is more of a missed opportunity for a force the vote on Medicare for all. Reason? Because the original force the vote we knew wouldn't have passed, but it was just to see who would vote against it. It was a floor vote. It was a floor vote to withhold it. It had intention because they would withhold their vote in support of Nancy Pelosi until we had a vote on the floor. That was the decision there. But it was just to see who would vote against it so that we would know who we can run against to get it. All right. Thank you, Roger. Remember back in the 90s when the right-wingers were screaming about how Clinton was going to send in the Black Hawk helicopters? Big Brother is a con artist, Dominic. Obama threw out 8 million illegals, only 3 million via the courts. Active Guardian. He was the deporter-in-chief. Kit Cabello is the real MVP from the south side of Chicago. Barrio MT. Rather than go after the immigrant employers, which would end it, right? Rikoff? Biden let in 10 million, doubling the illegal population. We voted to deport all of them. Guilt trip BS don't work no more. And it pisses us off endlessly. Illegals get more money than we'll ever get in reparations. Burby. We have a mayor in Seattle that's just as bad. Lost Zippo. Down with the FBA. What is that? Is that W2 the third? Every single government agency on every level, federal, state, and local, is corrupt. Attention. Is that attention, Fidjik? Tren de Aragua are a Venezuelan prison gang used by the CIA in a recently failed coup there. Their hardly heavily armed narco Rubio got Biden to grant them asylum as a senator. Another worldview. Wow. That video from Chicago is happening in Ukraine every day, hundreds of times a day. MSM. That Chicago botched ICE arrest in the middle of the busy street clearly explains the precise reason why ICE feels the need to mask up. Their incompetence is embarrassing and need to remain anonymous. Just fat pigs trying to play hard-ass Fed agent. It is a disgrace, Brenda. Lot of out-of-work Hollywood actors with time on their hands, and they're angry at ICE and Tilly's nudity clause. What's that? Tilly's nudity clause. Are you in the industry? Sounds like you now. That's seaweed. Come on, it's fake, Paso says. This is staged to make ICE look bad. Psychological warfare. Hey, Jimmy, criminals have been wearing ICE uniforms and masks or just mask and pretending to be ICE to commit crimes on people. There are videos on the internet. Just chilling. Have Nick on. Okay. Thank you, Kip Winter. Much appreciated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for a great day. And we'll see. Oh, well, my God. Is something else? Did something else come in? I don't think so. All right, we're good. Wait a minute. Let me make sure. Let's see this one. Oh, here we go. Oh, Vienticus, I won't read it. Thank you very much. Okay, packages. Gotcha. All right, Dr. James Lyon Weiler at PA Medical Freedom Press Conference. That's a clip from Callie, CPH. Thank you, Callie. Much appreciated for that link. All right, making sure I didn't miss anything. Love the Jimmy Dore show. Enders, much appreciated. It's derp, Jimmy. No worries. CJ Brumble, much appreciated. Is it on Rumble? What's on Rumble? Linker Giant. All right. That ICE thing that people are dressing up like ICE. People dress up like policemen all the time. Let's see. Anything else? Just making sure before I leave. I did get my Rockfin from Roger. Let's see. Don't read that one. Got it. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Much appreciated for tonight. All right. So remember, resist much, obey little. But I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.